Hey, welcome back. Today we're going to talk about using cold emailing to land B2B clients specifically, so let's jump right in. Now, when we say B2B, we mean business to business. So you, as a business, emailing other businesses to sell your services. I'm going to give you a few tips and strategies that you can apply to make this work better for you. And a lot of this content is stuff that I've never shared before. It's totally new, so yay! Tip number 1 is to very specifically define who the end user is, because this is going to affect what you say in your cold emails. I know this might be a bit confusing, so let me explain. I know we're talking about B2B, business to business, but who is that business selling to? What happens after them? Who is the end user? Here's an example. I'm talking to a new client right now, and he pointed out to me that they are offering their software to their own customers. So they're B2C. B2C means business to customer or to consumer or to client. For me, this means that I am B2B to C. I'm a business selling my services to another business who is selling their product to the customer. Therefore, my priority really isn't to make my client happy. I mean, it is, but even more importantly, I need to make their customers happy. And if I help to make their customers happy, my client's gonna be happy. This is something you need to understand before you send that cold email. What is your client trying to achieve? How can you help them get there? That is what you are selling. I almost want to yell this at you because it's just that important. Don't stop at your client. You need to take it one step further. Always keep in mind what they're trying to achieve with their audience. Going back to the example of my new client, the work that I provide for them is ultimately, it's going to do two things. It's going to help them get in front of more of their potential clients, and it's going to help those people understand why they need my clients' technology to make their lives easier. Let's do a quick poll. What type of business are you? Are you B2B, B2C, B2B2C? Drop a comment. Let's see what we've got going on here. Tip number 2 is to bypass the gatekeeper and go straight for someone in your department. Some people aren't going to like this tip because it's going to entail a few more seconds of work on your end. I literally mean a few more seconds. If you want your cold emailing to work, you'll just do it. One of the biggest challenges that people face with cold emailing is getting past the gatekeeper. The gatekeeper is the person who stands between you and the ultimate decision maker. The decision maker can be as high up as the CEO of the company, depending on how big the company is. The gatekeeper can be an executive assistant, it can be a secretary. One of their responsibilities is to filter out cold emails just like yours so that the person above them isn't inconvenienced by them. Here's the problem with that. The gatekeeper really doesn't know the value of what you're offering. They're not in your field. Why would they know? So why would we email them? I know you might be thinking, well, the best thing that I can do is connect with the CEO. It doesn't get any better than that. It could get a lot better than that. If you're cold emailing a very small company, going right for the CEO can work. It can be the right move. But the bigger the company is, 1, you're gonna have a really hard time reaching a CEO, and 2, even if you could, it's probably not your best move anyway. The CEO is too high up. They're not involved in the day-to-day grunt work of their business, and they're not supposed to be. That's not the role of a CEO. So I know this might sound weird, but really, not unlike the gatekeeper, the CEO very likely doesn't know what that company needs. They're too removed. You need to cold email someone who is familiar with your type of work, who works in that department. For example, if you're trying to sell your social media marketing services, you need to connect with someone in the marketing department. They're going to be the ones that will know if they need your services at that time. The gatekeeper's not going to know. The CEO probably isn't going to know. Now, the director of the marketing department, that's a totally different story. They might get your cold email and be like, oh my God, I've been looking for someone to help me with this. Your next question might be, okay, great, so how do I find that person? I'm so glad you asked. I have a few videos on this, several actually, so I'm going to drop all of those links in the description below. Just scroll down. If you want even more help from me, I do have a guide where I will teach you my 5 proven strategies for sourcing leads, so I will also drop that link below. Tip number 3 is to focus on benefits over features. Let's define each of these terms. A feature is a service or a part of a service that you offer. For example, as a writer, search engine optimization, or SEO, is a feature. The benefit is what happens for the client as a result of that feature. If SEO is the feature, then the benefit is improved keyword rankings in search engines and better organic website traffic. That's what happens as a result of SEO. Both of these things matter to the client. They will ultimately need to know about both of them, but we're talking right now only about that initial cold email. At this stage in the conversation, we're really just trying to get their attention and get them to respond. This is the main goal since cold emails are so often ignored. So in this context, benefits are going to speak to them a lot more than features. Very quickly and clearly, we need to explain to them what they get out of this conversation, what they get out of this relationship. How will they, wait for it, benefit from your services? What this comes down to is that your clients aren't really paying you for your services, they're paying you for results. Results are benefits. Churning out work is great, but if it's not driving measurable results, it's kind of a moot point. Everything should be centered around the results that you bring. You'll still discuss features. They will just come later in the conversation when you're starting to get more into the nitty-gritty of what exactly your services include. But if you're doing cold emailing for B2B clients, with that first contact, that first email, focus on benefits. If you need help figuring out exactly what to say in your cold emails, don't forget that you can copy my templates. These are the templates that I use and the templates that my students in Revenue Spark use, and they are available to you. I will put that link below. If you want cold emailing to bring you your ideal B2B clients, you're gonna have to hustle. But as I've said in previous videos, and I will say this until I take my last breath, quality is as important as quantity. You're not going to land clients after sending 200 crappy emails just because you sent 200 of them. It's still not gonna work. Take pride in what you do. Care more. It'll pay off, literally. If you want to learn my exact methods of landing clients, here are 2 more opportunities to learn from me. The first is my mini course, The 7-Day Secret. This will help you make progress with client acquisition within 1 week. It's a bite-sized fraction of what I teach, and it's better if you want to kind of start small and get your feet wet. If you are really looking to hit the ground running and accelerate your results, then my full program, Revenue Spark, might be a better fit for you. I'm dropping both of those links in the description below. If you're interested in Revenue Spark, note that you have to book a call with me first. You can't just go and enroll. All of the resources I've mentioned in this video are linked below, so just scroll down after watching this and you will see everything there. Before you go, please don't forget to give this video a thumbs up, and if you haven't already, subscribe to my channel and click on the notification bell so that you are alerted every time I upload new content, and I'll see you in the next video.